So my Wi-Fi cut out again while I was just getting to the fun part of this unboxing. Yeah, I actually bought the Miss Cleo deck. Hi, Reynolds. He's a nosy butt. Hey, buddy. So I couldn't resist. This was like $4.98 on Amazon. And it's just so ridiculous. I couldn't resist. I don't know how I'm going to keep a straight face through this video, okay? I'll pull it out here. And just like the box has a big-ass picture of Miss Cleo in her turban, all that's missing is her fake Jamaican that she claimed was fake Haitian accent. The lady was actually from New York City. The deck, the title cards in it are, as seen on TV, Miss Cleo's tarot reading. Experience the power of a real tarot reading from a true shaman. There is no substitute. Use your credit card for special offers. It was a hard sell for her. And then there's another one for the need help. Experienced tarot readers are only a phone call away. With a 900 number, $3.99 per minute in the US, $4.99 in Canada. Visit us today at misscleo.com. Yeah. Oh, and did I show you that the front of the box has the big as seen on TV logo? Yeah, we've all seen her on TV when we're insomniacs or supposed to be studying for finals. Back in the days before Netflix, when stuff actually... Yes, Miss Cleo is not... No, Miss Cleo is not still out there. She passed away last year, but her deck is apparently still out there. It's $4.98 on Amazon. I couldn't resist. But this is the weirdest deck, y'all. Look at this Fool card. In my last video, I showed you the Fool from the Hanson Roberts deck and mentioned that Elle says, I wonder if she saw that coming. You'd think with being a shaman and all that, she might have. I mean, tarot won't tell you what's necessarily coming because tarot comes from your unconscious mind and won't tell you anything that at some level you don't already know. But she claimed to be a psychic and a medium and a shaman and all this stuff. So, you think. This is the Fool card from the Universal Waite Tarot, which is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's basically the default for most tarot decks. He's bebopping along merrily and not paying much attention to where he's going, and the little dog is telling him, hey, watch it, you're close to the edge here. I discussed in my last video how that dog is supposed to be your conscience. In the Miss Cleo deck, it's really weird. It's like the little jackal is backing him off the edge and he's like spilling his drink. Huh? This is ridiculous. The Magician is... It's got most of the classical elements. I mean, he's got his infinity symbol. He's got the... Elle, would you quit cracking me up while I'm trying to do this? It's got the snake swallowing his tail. It's got the sword, the cup, the pentacle. The wand is nowhere. And the crap is with the cat here. That's total non sequitur. The High Priestess is kind of normal-ish. She's got her scroll, she's got her candle, she's got the two pillars, but classically the pillars, one is light, one is dark, sort of symbolizing the duality of human nature, and on this one they're both the same color, so symbolism lost. The Empress doesn't look like she's ruling over a damn thing. It looks like she's getting stoned. She's got the smoke rising up, but no sensor that it's coming from. She's playing with the snake. I don't really get that. I'm just going to show y'all the perspective on the Emperor and... I mean, I know the ancient Egyptian kings were heavily inbred, but no. The Hierophant's pretty close. He's very close to the classical depiction. Give me a second while I find it in the universal way, so you can see the similarities. It's so far the closest one to being tarot-y. I'd realized I was going to be pulling these out. I would have put them in order instead of having them left shuffled from my last reading. Yeah, here we go. They're pretty close. I mean, you can tell they tried. Please, God, don't let me mix those two up. Let me put them back in the right deck, right? Now, the Lovers, I mean, there are two people, and there are wings. It's a hawk rather than an angel, which is completely different symbolism. So, I don't know. Oh dear, the Chariot. Another one where symbolism is heavily lost, because in the classical Chariot card, it is pulled by Sphinx characters, but there are two of them. And part of what it symbolizes is feeling pulled in two different directions. Give me a second here. I totally should put this deck in order. Forget. I'll pull it out of the Hanson Roberts. It's still in order from being in the box. It's teeny, but you can see what's going on. Okay, see how it's got the black and the white Sphinx? Those and the yin and yang that she decided to add in there are symbolic of the duality of human nature. Excuse me just a second. Sorry, allergies get me. With this one, there's just this one random Sphinx. How are you supposed to get anything out of that? Oh boy, this strength card. That's not how that works. Typically with strength, the one who is strong is not the lion itself, but the woman handling the lion. Again. See how on the Hanson Roberts, she is actually, let me get back in right here. She's actually, maybe then I would love to do a reading for you. Right now, I am actually doing an unboxing video. But if you message me, I'd be glad to make you an appointment, and we can talk pricing then. If you go to my website that's linked on here, the address will give you the web address that's linked on my page. I have the prices listed there. But if you look here at the strength card from the Miss Cleo deck, she's not gently closing this lion's mouth. She's not she's not in control at all. She's going, oh shit, and the lion is going wild. and that's just not how this works. This hermit. This is not a hermit. Typically, with the symbolism of the hermit card, he is turning away from the things of the world. I mean, this guy's got the torch and staff, but the symbolism of the hermit talks about withdrawal, about a time for renewal, and this is lost here. I mean, this Wheel of Fortune, I guess, is kind of odd. Let me hold this up with the Hanson Roberts so you can see it. The idea of an individual being holding up the Wheel of Fortune is not typical to any tarot deck. It's one that's, yeah, no. I mean, the presence of the Sphinx, the presence of some of the animals, it's there, but the idea of having the wheel held up sort of runs counter to the idea that of what the Wheel of Fortune stands for, that time is cyclical and that it always keeps turning. I like what they've done with Justice, though, where Justice always has its scales. This one is actually pictured as the weighing your heart against the feather of truth, the feather of baaad in Egyptian lore. I like the Hanson Roberts one, and I like the classic Rider-Waite-Smith one, but this is an interesting twist. It's kind of goofy. The art style is, it's the art style of this deck, but it's yeah. This is what they did with the Hanged Man, which does really weird things with the universal symbolism of the Hanged Man. Typically, the Hanged Man is hanging from a branch or a tree, which symbolizes an archetype within the universal consciousness. Odin hung from the world tree to gain secrets of knowledge. Jesus hanging from the cross. It's a symbol that's found around the world. But this guy has a snake wrapping up his legs and a bird trying to fly away with him. That doesn't even make any sense either with the meaning of the Hanged Man or with the... God, this deck is crap. Okay, this is where they decided to go with death. Anubis with some rando dude begging for mercy. I gotta show you the universal wave on this, because this is... Now I have to clarify here that the reason that this is something I'm mocking is not because of the pseudo-Egyptian style of the art. As early as the 18th century, there were authors trying to claim that the tarot had its roots in ancient Egypt, which there's no real evidence for, but it was common from the 18th to the mid-20th century to claim an ancient origin for something that wasn't, in order to try and make it more legit. That's why people say that Wicca is an ancient tradition, even though Gerald Gardner came up with it in the 1950s. Just because something is not old does not make it not valid. I'm trying to find my death card in the universal weight because the Hanson Roberts one just doesn't really have the. Hi again, doggo. He is Velcro. I swear I should have put this thing in order. I've said that a couple times, right? Ah, here we go. Here is the universal weight death card. See how he's the pale rider and the pale horse? With the white rose symbolizing purity. This is more typical of being in line with tarot tradition. Even as far back as the Visconti Sforza in the, I want to say, 16th century? Anyway, Renaissance era. The one dude begging from Anubis, no. Temperance, they got pretty right. It's pretty average. I mean, the art is still goofy as shit, but the pouring from one glass to another, it's symbolism of how excess caution can lead you to just kicking the can down the road instead of dealing with the issue. This is their death card, or not their devil card, which is not really that weird. I already showed you the Muppet-looking one from the Hanson Roberts. This is, I mean, he's got the fire, and he's got the staff, but the people who are chained to it, which are part of the core of the death card, the devil card, because the devil refers to, not seeing a situation clearly, feeling trapped, and having sort of signed contracts that you didn't understand they were part of. So this really just cuts the meaning right out of the devil. I mean, the tower is okay. The proportions are really weird, and it almost looks like it's got a disturbed face on the tower itself. One more card that completely misses the point. The star. Now, in typical star cards, instead of having one 8-pointed star, you have 8 of them. Because the number of the star is 17, and in numerology that reduces to an 8. Typically with a star card, she is pouring water in both directions. She's got one pouring back into the water, but one held back to the side on the earth. And that is another, that is really the soul of what that card is about. To me, the star has always symbolized holding something back for yourself and not trying to pour your whole self out for other people and leave your needs empty. This moon card, I want what they're smoking. Now, excuse me just a second. The moon in typical decks, let's see which hand I got here, has a division, has the dog and the wolf and the 2 towers, because it's about uniting the shadow side with your whole self. This is way off to the side. It's not, it misses that. This deck is just a miss all the way around. The sun, its rays have hands. And it's little beard thing that is typical of Egyptian funerary mask art. Is almost looks like bumblebee striped phallus. It's not. It's just not right. And the baby on the back of what in most decks, horse. On this one, it's a black bull. On most decks, it's a white horse. On this deck, it's a black bull. And he's going, "Roar!" Okay, whatever. On this one, he's like flapping his chubby little happy arms. Then it makes a lot more sense. This is what they did for Judgment. No souls coming forth, no resurrection or rebirth, just some shirtless dude in a loincloth playing a trumpet. Okay then. The world looks, no. Pass. So I've been through all the majors on this, and I'm not even going into minors. It already makes my brain hurt. But having a novelty deck like this is helpful for L. Toot toot, she says. Having a novelty deck like this that is complete and total bullshit is useful because it makes you aware of the symbolism that's necessary to really get the message across of various cards. On the other hand, it's also just hilarious. Like, people actually buy this, taking it seriously. It's okay, well, I can't say much. I bought it, but I bought it for laughs. It's, oh god, it's so bad. It's like, I'm too sober to go through the minors on this deck. Yo, if you need a deck to laugh at, this one. Just, oh. Cody, when you get around to watching this, you were right. I can't do this with straight